to give you kisses. You want kisses? Oh my gosh, you're so cute.
Nope.
Have y'all ever heard about foxes domesticating themselves? Yeah, it sounds fake, but it's actually true. Like, it's actually happening.
That's suspicious.
When it comes to animals out there that I would want as a pet, like an exotic pet, I'm not gonna lie, foxes, not in the forefront. Not in the forefront. I've thought of a chameleon. I have thought of a chameleon. Growing up, my dad was really into exotic pets. They didn't always last for some reason. I also have always liked animals. Growing up, I watched Nat Geo Wild, but not once did I think foxes. For some reason, I never really think about foxes. Are they cute? Maybe.
What if this is all a ploy? Mother Nature strikes back to convince us, get us in our weak side. They infiltrate our homes, come to our good sides, and in our weakest point, they strike.
Maybe. Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Aww.
But the simple fact that the foxes apparently came together, had a meeting. What did the fox say? And decided to domesticate themselves is crazy. It made me think, why do we underestimate animal intelligence? A lot of people say they love animals, me included, but I've always thought it was a cliche. Like just something to say some. And like, yeah, you like animals, but do you actually respect their intelligence? And I feel like this is a topic that needs to be discussed. And I'm not gonna lie, the more I learn about intelligent animals, the more I feel like, are we the dumb ones?
Wow, humans are dumb.
Apart from a chameleon, I tend to like animals out there that are perceived as intelligent by us humans, like elephants and dolphins, orcas, animals that seem to have some kind of human intelligence or something like that. And when I say intelligence, I'm not talking about can the animal do tricks? I don't think that tricks is the only sign of intelligence. For example, I saw a video today of a woman, you know, getting dinner prepared for her dog, and then the dog had like, and then they prayed before they ate, and then you look in the comments and you have people going, oh my gosh, your dog is a real, you know, child of God, or stuff like that. Like, that is just a trained animal. Just because an animal is trained with food, that doesn't mean that they're intelligent. I don't think that's the actual sign of intelligence. It's just a sign of a well-trained animal. But today, I guess we're talking about evolutionary intelligence, like how foxes are literally evolving to become more like pets. And they're doing this all on their own. Yeah, no? So basically, I'm gonna give you a rundown, a quick one. There's this famous Russian experiment, a domestication experiment. And it basically shows that self-domestication is possible when animals have a reduced fear of humans and a preference for social interaction. Those two, ladies and gentlemen. This makes me think about all the other animals out there and why we haven't domesticated them enough. And
is it possible?
It would be cool if we could do that and just like be able to communicate with them and stuff like that and not get harmed or eaten or killed. So in the 1950s, a scientist named, sorry y'all, I'm not good at pronouncing names, you should know this by now, Dmitry Balavach. Yeah, and I'm not nowhere close to Russian, so yeah. Anyway, he ran this experiment where he selectively bred foxes based on how friendly they are towards humans. And what is the result of that? What is the result of that? A couple decades later, now we have foxes that are looking for human interaction, attention, and whimpering like dogs, also acting like cats, from what I've heard. And this is where it gets kind of, you know, crazy, because wild foxes outside of this experiment are now also doing this themselves, showing signs of self-domestication, which is so crazy and wild to me. Like, but then again, I also think about the monkey experiment whereby 100 monkeys in a confined space learn something, and then the rest of the monkeys on the island also learned the same thing. Maybe the other foxes saw what was going on and was like, hey man, they're okay. Also, because we're talking about fear here, right? So this makes me think that, oh wow, a lot of animals out there are actually afraid of humans, and maybe that's why they're super aggressive, which is crazy because I'm scared of you, I'm scared of you, G. And I'm not gonna lie, I want me a little cheetah. I want a cheetah so bad. They're so cute. Ah. You ever notice how people say I love animals, but like only mean that on a surface level way? Like, yeah, we love our pets. We think baby pandas are cute, and we vaguely support conservation efforts. Truly appreciating animal intelligence means understanding that animals are not just instinct driven. They're sentimental, complex beings. And this is something that I feel like I recently started to understand about animals. And I saw a video that broke the barrier of what an intelligent animal is versus a non-intelligent animal, or what I thought an intelligent animal is. And yes, we do have some animals out there that have less brain cells and whatever and whatever. And yeah, that applies. But still, I just feel like animal intelligence, we grade animal intelligence based on human standards. We tend to see most animals as unintelligent because they don't speak English. It's like saying that someone who speaks French is a little bit more unintelligent than someone that speaks English just because they speak different languages. Why do we expect animals to speak our language? I think that shows our level of intelligence, how we grade other animals, the way we are able to not understand the animals that we claim to be so much more intelligent than, but we can't understand that they have no obligation to actually be able to communicate with us in our language. Just because an animal can't speak English, that doesn't mean it's dumb, right? We can't speak dog, we can't speak cat. That's like saying that a cat is dumb because it doesn't bark. That's crazy. Like, people assume that if an animal doesn't behave like us, it's not intelligent, me included. But then again, intelligence is not a one size fits all. Crows use tools, dolphins have names, elephants grieve, and octopuses solve puzzles. And usually these are the types of animals that I tend to like just because of their intelligence. But then again, they all do it in their own way. They're all intelligent and they don't speak each other's languages, right? So we're out here judging animals based on human animal standards, which is a little dumb and slow on our part, if I can say that. What if the intelligence of humans and other animals are just different, not lesser? And if we're as intelligent as we claim to be, shouldn't we be able to see that or do the work to get there, to understand or to see this perspective? I feel like us humans tend to have this bad habit of underestimating animal intelligence because they don't fit in our cognitive mold. For example, foxes. Apparently they're highly adaptable, and I feel like their ability to self-domesticate shows that animals have a deeper capacity for behavioral flexibility. It's not just foxes. Dogs, for example, have evolved to use their eyebrows to communicate, and that's something that wolves don't do. Parrots also have like an intelligence of a 5-year-old child, but they're still viewed as just pets.
I give them credit.
You know what I mean? But then again, 5-year-old Dame, what did you think? But it's enough. It's enough. Like, imagine being 5 years old for the rest of your life. I don't know. I think it's a little bit different from being a 5-year-old human. There we go again, comparing everything to our human intelligence and capabilities and stuff like that. Mind you, a horse literally gets born within a couple of minutes or something. It starts to walk. It starts to walk. You know what I mean? Us as humans, we're born as babies and we're basically, damn. A lot of people justify hurting animals and stuff like that because they think it's lesser than you. It's another living being. It's another living being. It's an animal just like you. Humans are animals too. That's how we're able to exist on this plane, by being an animal. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if animals are watching us like we're their weird reality TV show. Like, what if they just know, but they can't communicate and they understand that we're too dumb to communicate with them, so they just ignore us? Like imagine that. They've been here as long as we've been here, you know what I mean? And these octopuses, man, they're basically aliens. Those things are not from this planet. You cannot convince me otherwise. Like, they're so scary. They scare me. Okay? Okay? And again, pigeons can recognize themselves. Pigeons can recognize themselves in the mirror. And this is something that most toddlers can't do. How are we measuring these levels of intelligence? And why do we keep comparing it to ourselves and not putting that information in the animal world standard? You know, like you can't give birth to a baby and it starts walking on the first day. Alright, we're pretty vulnerable, but we don't go around measuring that with other animals and go, oh, we're so weak. We're so unintelligent or stuff like that. What if we're not as smart as we think? What if the possibilities of dogs taking over is actually possible scientifically? Like foxes are evolving to befriend humans. Crows literally remember people's faces and pass down that information. Like what? And those octopuses still scare me. Still. Real talk. If you could domesticate any animal, what animal would that be and why? But that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and you can be one of the subscribers. Click. Mwah. Bye. Have a great one and don't forget to stay evolving like a fox. Yeah, and you better turn on notifications or else an octopus might escape this tank and come find you when you're sleeping. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying.